So, when a yogi uses bhasma or vibhuti, vibhuti means… the word vibhuti means one who's attained a certain capability is a vibhuti. So, ash is being referred to as that which has attained a certain capability. The idea is that receptivity happens in the highest center for you because how you receive something determines the nature of your life. What you receive is important too, but how you receive it is vital important. See, you could get poisoned with life in so many ways. You went somewhere, the way you responded to somebody or something could make or break your life, isn't it?
If you plaster this with ash to remind this head all the time that I am mortal, I am mortal, I am mortal, I am mortal, you will see mind will uncomplicate itself. The simplest tool. Every day when you take the vibhuti and smear it here, you're just reminding yourself, I'm mortal, I'm mortal, I'm mortal, I'm mortal. You need to do that. If you do that, your mind will become uncomplicated. An uncomplicated mind is a great mind. It can do phenomenal things. It will not be a hurdle. It will be a way by itself.
The uniqueness of neem, especially when it is taken along with turmeric, if these two things go together, largely those things which are not necessary for the body, those things which can harm the body, any kind of parasital life which is there, all these things get eliminated. A clean colon is very vital for health. There are other dimensions to this. That is, if we use this neem and turmeric on an empty stomach, one aspect is it has the power to transform one dimension of energy within you to another, in the sense, ojas will encapsulate every cell. Once every cell in the body is encapsulated in ojas, you will be a glowing human being. In every aspect of that word, you will be a glowing human being, within and without, you will be like that. Everybody should light a lamp or a candle. We will put up a big fire show because the element of fire in the Bhuta Shuddhi system of yoga and our ability to stand up as a strong life are very related. As you can take a water shower, you can also take a fire wash, which we are doing as Kleshanashana Kriya. It's producing incredible results for people. I am advising every one of you, keep a lamp in your bedroom in a safe distance from you where you sleep and let it burn every night. It'll make a world of difference for you.
Now, Abhaya Sutra is not made to bind you. Two kinds of sutras, both are being called Abhaya Sutra. The terminology Abhaya Sutra goes better with the Devi Sutra, which is red in color. When you get the sutra for the Panchabhuta Aradhana, which is connected to the Dhyana Linga, it is more to enhance certain dimensions of who you are, fundamentally to enhance the spiritual dimension. Then why is it being called Abhaya Sutra? You need to understand Bhaya means fear. The basis of fear is your physicality. If you are not physical, would you have fear? would you? No. It is the limitations of the physical which causes fear. If you were not at all physical, you wouldn't be fearful of anything, isn't it? So in that context, it is abhaya. But essentially, it is the sutra of transcendence. But we did not want to use too many names. You'll get confused, you know. So, this also leads to a state of nirbhaya or fearlessness. We can call this Nirbhaya Sutra, that is Abhaya Sutra. That is more like a protection. This is to enhance the spiritual dimension of who you are so that you become less physical. If you are not so physical, there is not much fear in you. That the Devi Sutra is more like a protection.
It's always best that we use water which is little cooler than the room temperature. Just a certain volume of water to flow over you or to be immersed in a water which is cooler than room temperature. Because if this happens, one thing that happens on the surface is the cells, the epithelial cells will contract. When they contract, they open up all the pores. The pores between the cells will open up. The cells themselves have pores. We don't want that to open. That will open if you put it in warm water. If you dip your body in a hot water tub, the cells will open up and take in water. That is not always a good thing to do. You put the body in cold water, the cells will contract, the in-between spaces will open, and that's important for practicing yoga. Because we want the cellular structure of the body to be charged with a different dimension of energy. If the cells contracts and it allows space and then you practice your yoga, then the cellular structure in the body is charged. Why one person seems to be far more alive than the other is essentially because of this. And once your cellular structure is charged with energy, it will remain youthful for a very, very long time. When the moon takes certain positions, it heightens whatever you are. If you are loving, you become more loving. If you are joyful, you become more joyful. If you are blissful, you become much more blissful. If you're a little insane, you become much more insane. If you're meditative, you become far more meditative. It just enhances everything that you are. So we consider these days important so that you consciously create the right kind of quality in you so that it gets enhanced. Today is Paurnami, in the morning you get up and you be in a certain way, you create a certain quality in you so that by evening that quality is enhanced. So whatever the qualities that you are, so that you start engineering it more consciously than being a victim of unconscious eruptions within yourself. So the moon does not make you mad or meditative, it just enhances whatever you are. You know, even the ocean goes mad. The very ocean is trying to rise. When the very ocean is trying to rise, the situation may be conducive for you also to rise, probably, if you are willing to make use of it. And moon's influence on human life is far more than that. To do anything with yourself, to be aware where the moon is could be useful. because it creates different types of qualities and energies in the system. If one is aware, he could make use of it. Whether you can see it or not, the influence of the moon is very much there. Because on a no moon day or a new moon day, the influence of the moon is far more than on the full moon day. So whether you perceive something or do not perceive something is not the issue, the influence is anyway there. When it comes to clothing, one thing is to use something which comes from the land. Because organic substances have their own influence on your energy system. How your aura develops, it's important that the substance that you wear is organic, not some nylon or plastic or something. What kind of clothing is most suitable, that's what you should wear, because how your body merges with the weather and the atmosphere around you is important. To bring this to a certain level of ease and comfort, it's very important. I want you to just experiment. Those of you who are wearing tight-fitting nylon clothes on a daily basis, just wear some loose cotton clothes for 3 days and see how it feels. Then you decide. Most important thing is that your body is at ease. No, I'm okay, I'm all right. That's what is not okay. That it's like this, that's what is not okay. I'm telling you, just change to an organic fiber. Close your eyes and feel it and see how it feels. Your body will come to ease. You think it's okay to be in different states of disease. You think it's okay to be agitated. You think it's okay to be itchy and uncomfortable. I appreciate your tolerance. I'm not so tolerant about things which are not comfortable. If you become in rhythm with life, you will also wake up somewhere just after 3 a.m. If you're conscious, suddenly a certain spark of aliveness will happen within you. Even if you're in deep sleep, you will come awake. This must happen to you. This means you're falling in sync with it. You're falling in sync with life.
So what should I do? Should I meditate? Should I do a kriya? Doesn't matter what. You must do a process for which you have been initiated for. Because initiation means you were not just taught a practice, it was introduced into your system, it was implanted in your system. So whatever, if there is a life seed within you, if you're awake at Brahma Muhurtam and sit for whatever that practice is, it bears maximum fruit because of the way the planet is behaving in relation to your system. At that time, if you sit up and do whatever process you have been initiated for, not what you picked up from a book, it will bear maximum fruit. The seed will get the necessary support at that time for it to sprout or spurt up more rapidly than at other times. This is only for the initiated. If you are not initiated, you are a book yogi, then 340, 640, 740, not so much of a difference. Sandhya kalas are more important for such people. Sandhya means 20 minutes before sunrise, 20 minutes after sunrise.
or 20 minutes before sunset and 20 minutes after sunset. The same goes for noon and midnight, but they're of a different nature. So these two twilights are better for the uninitiated. 3:40 is good for those who've been powerfully initiated.
When we eat something, we must eat that kind of food which in terms of species is furthest away from us. If you eat something which is closer to your genetic code, for example like mammals, it'll dull your system, it'll complicate your own genetic codes, so plant life is definitely far away from us. If at all, if you must eat non-vegetarian, you can eat fish. In South India we call it as jalapushpam. This means it's the flower in the water. Because it behaves like plant life in your body, because it's so further away from your own genetic code.
The best thing that you can do for your health in terms of eating is to eat what your microbes thrive on. And they thrive best on the kind of food items that are far away from our own, mammalian evolutionary step. I've actually never thought about this, what you just said, but it fits exactly that. It's great.
If people can get all the shit out of them on a daily basis, you will see they will become psychologically healthy. One important reason, not the only reason, why there's so much of psychological imbalances, particularly in the Western society, is they cannot keep their colons clean because they're eating very low water content food. What they eat cannot come out of the colon in one shot, and they're consuming too much of dairy product. Dairy products have certain enzymes which are used today to manufacture certain textile adhesives, and these adhesives are not water-soluble. So when you consume a lot of dairy product, it goes and sticks in your colon. So the waste material which should have easily flown out will not flow out of the system. If you have meditated upon my form for a certain period of time, you would see there's a whole lot of things hidden in this. It can drive you nuts, it can make you unreasonable enough, crazy enough to take the Saharan trip. Though you have never seen a desert in your life, you don't know the consequence of it, but you still become mad enough to take it. If you want to maintain your sanity and within the safety limits and keep your survival instinct in place, you don't meditate upon me. If you need that instigation, there are many ways to say this. You can say inspiration, that's a positive word. If you want that instigation to take a mad journey, you meditate upon the Guru's form. Otherwise, don't. Meditate upon the mountain, keep somebody pretty and nice. That'll help you to be entangled in the limitations that you live. If you look too often at my picture, that's not my intention, but what to do, I'm made like this.